Hello again, Trucker Todd here with the video that I did not want to make. About last Friday, right before the 4th of July, I believe it was the 3rd, I may be wrong on the date, but it was last Friday, I made a pretty negative video about Pilot Flying J, the truck stop chain. Now, I did not release that video at that time. I held it. And I actually emailed a copy of that video to the company that I got my secondary fuel card from, a company called Trucker Solutions, and then directly to Pilot Flying J. I was contacted, I had told them if I was not contacted that I would release the video on Tuesday. They contacted me on Monday, said there's been a big misunderstanding, give us a few days to work on it, don't release the video. I said okay, you know, I'm a fair guy. If there's been a misunderstanding, if this is something we can fix internally, let's fix it. So they contacted me this morning and let me know that we're not going to be able to reach an agreement, and so I'm releasing this video about Trucker Solutions and Pilot Flying J, the truck stop chain. Now I'm about to show you the original video, and then I'm going to ask everybody to stay tuned to the very end because I'm going to provide you with even more additional things that have happened. But there are some things that I did not mention in the video that I do want to mention. Mainly the big gripe with the corporate level is that they're dishonest, they don't keep their word. If you do a Google search on Pilot Flying J lawsuit, you'll see that since 2014 they've had problems with fraud and lying to their customers and things like that. You'll also see in 2018 there was an $85 million lawsuit, and some of the higher ups have gone to prison. Now they will tell you that they're an all-new company and things are different now. I would disagree with that, and I think you'll see some examples in this video of why I disagree with that. One thing I'll say, and this is the best example I could think of on short notice, you know, if you've got a married couple and the husband has had a history of cheating and he's trying to reestablish trust with his wife, he's probably not going to the strip club every night to reestablish that trust. And that's what I would say about Pilot Flying J. They've had some issues with trust, with deceiving people, and the best way to reestablish trust with the public, which I believe is what they would like to do, is not by lying and tricking and deceiving drivers. So let me say this, we got off to a bad start. When I started with them, I told them what my discount was at Roadrunner, and I said, if you can't beat it, I'm not going to be interested. Oh yeah, after 30 days we're going to be able to beat that, no problem. Well, I would have never gone through any of this process. There's been a lot of bumps in the road, headaches along the way. The first one started with when I opened my account through Trucker Solutions with Pilot Flying J. They didn't like the bank I was using. I was using an online bank because if you take a cash advance or something out on the road, it's a whole lot easier to deposit money into your account than it is using a traditional bank. They said, oh no, we need a bank draft set up and we won't use an online bank, so you're going to have to set up a traditional bank. I said okay. I took a couple of days off work. I went home. I worked with Trucker Solutions and Pilot Flying J to find a bank they approved of, and I opened an account. I would have never opened that account had it not been for the dishonest things they told me. I was perfectly happy with the internet bank. It was by far more convenient, and so that's just one of the things that started this off on the wrong process, and I probably should have just said, you know what, forget it from the beginning. But they gave me the spiel about, we're trying to change, we're trying to be better, we just need guys to have faith in us. And so I thought, what the heck, I'll give them a chance. What could it hurt? Well, in this video, you're going to see what it can hurt. So here we go. Hello again, Trucker Todd here. Time for another video. Today we're going to talk about the worst truck stop chain in the country I can think of. And we're going to talk about them on two different levels. I'm going to talk about the corporate aspect of the company, and then I'm going to talk about a store I just visited. I'm recording this video on a Saturday, and I am not uploading it till Tuesday, mainly so Pilot Flying J can get an advance copy of this video. So let's not waste any time, let's jump right in. As I filmed that first segment, my wife reminded me it's actually Friday and not Saturday. I hope everybody had a great 4th of July. Like I said, I'm filming this before the 4th, but then I'm not airing it till Tuesday. I'm going to give Pilot Flying J a chance to see this. I know a couple of guys over there. I'm going to send them advance copies of it. Before we get started, I want to remind everybody, make sure you've subscribed, make sure you give me a thumbs up, and this video especially, share it as much as you can on your social media platforms and to your friends and family. Reason being, these corporations look at how many people view these videos. They obviously, if only 20 people see this video, they're not going to care, and they're going to railroad me and they're going to railroad you. But if this video gets traction and gets more views, they're going to take a look at their practices and procedures. So I would encourage each of you, especially this video, even if you don't subscribe, share it on your Facebook, share it on your Instagram, your Twitter, etc. All right. I think to start this, we should talk about, where am I, Paula LeGrand? I'm in La Grande, Oregon at the Flying J. We went in there to take a shower. I take one usually every other day, occasionally every day, but at the minimum every other day. And so I take a lot of showers. And we went in there. As many of you know, I got a second fuel card. With Roadrunner, I get 20 cents at Love's. And I got a separate fuel card that focuses on Pilot Flying J. The Roadrunner fuel card focuses on Love's, TA, and Petro. The discount with Roadrunner is still greater than the one I get through Pilot Flying J. I get 20 cents at Love's and 17 at TA and Petro through Roadrunner. And with this card I've got on my own, I get 16 at Pilot Flying J and at some of the 1.9 Speedways and Mr. Fuels. Now, keep that in your back pocket. We'll come back to that in a minute, because that's going to deal with the corporate side. So we go in here to get a shower. As many of you know, my wife is with me, so we need extra towels, extra washcloths. We get back to the shower. Usually I'll find an attendant and just get towels and a washcloth from them. I walked around back there, didn't see the attendant, and so I went ahead and grabbed a towel and a washcloth. My wife wanted one more towel for her hair, so I was grabbing a second towel. He come around the corner, 18-year-old kid, I think, he was super young, and started barking at me about getting extra towels. I said, well, I didn't know what to do. You weren't back here. You left your card here. I just got one. Now, I got a problem with this for several reasons. I paid for that shower through the purchase of fuel, so I deserve to be treated with a little respect. And secondly, I've got a problem with a little punk 18-year-old kid talking to an adult like that. He's lucky I didn't slap his teeth out of his head. And so I don't know what made him feel justified in talking to me the way he did. At first I wasn't that mad, and I got in the shower and started thinking about it. When I got out of the shower, I went looking for him because I was going to put him in his place, and I couldn't find him. So I went up to the fuel desk. I've got his name if Pilot Flying J wants that. But I just You know, at his age, I've taken more showers at truck stops than he's taken in his entire life. I've been driving longer than he's been on this earth. And so I think he owes me a little more respect than what he gave me. And the whole truck stop, I mean, we had a pizza, it wasn't great. The bathrooms weren't that clean. The parking is horrible at this place. And, you know, you'd be tempted to say it's just this location. Go to Miami. Miami Pilot Flying J's are junk. They are little more than a liquor store that sells pilot fuel. And if you call corporate to complain, they say, oh, we don't own those locations, they just sell our fuel, so there's nothing we could do about it. I can't believe that the owners of Flying J and Pilot would want their name associated with such trashy locations. I'm talking truck stops that have 10 or 15 parking places, and half of them are paid parking. Now, you guys know what I think about paid parking. I think it's wrong, but I support their right to do it. It's free enterprise, and we can choose to stay there or not stay there based on that. I'm not going to pay for parking. If it's that way, I'll go somewhere else. And so, but they have the right to do that. It's private property. They can do what they want. So I don't know what happened. There was a time, and it wasn't that many years ago, maybe 5 years ago, 6 years ago, when I worked at Dart Transit, that I went almost exclusively to Pilot and Flying J, and occasionally Loves, and the facilities seemed a lot better. So I don't know what's with the deterioration. Now let's talk about Pilot Flying J as a corporation. With a simple Google search, and I would encourage everybody to do this, type in Pilot Flying J lawsuit, and you will see, especially in 2018, they got hit for an $85 million lawsuit. Some of the executives got prison time. One of them I read got 12 years. And it was because of fraud. It was for tricking their customers and things like that. Now, when you talk to them now, they will tell you those guys are all gone. This is an entirely different company. I'm here to tell you it's not. Let me tell you why. Approximately 30 days ago, I got that fuel card with them, and they told me that normally they start guys at an 8 to 10 discount, but they got me 16 because of my discount I got with Roadrunner. They told me to use the card maybe once a week for the first 30 days, and after the first 30 days we'd renegotiate my raise. The guy that told me that, about a week and a half after that, went on maternity leave as his wife had a baby. He's going to be out 6 to 8 weeks. Another guy filled in for him. I updated him on the situation the day that he told me he was taking over. I said, hey, here's the deal. No problem. Yeah, that sounds right. At the end of the 30 days, you contact us. We're going to work something out. Probably in the 25 to 30 cent range is what they led me to believe. And so I did exactly what they said. I'd buy a tank a week or 50 or 75 gallons a week. They basically wanted to see that I had the ability to pay and things like that. So we get to the end of the 30 days. I call the guy. I said, hey, it's time to talk about that discount. All of a sudden, he's got amnesia. I don't know if it's the coronavirus or what, but he doesn't remember these conversations. He says, well, I'd have to see something in writing. I'd have to have an email. You know, I'm from West Texas. I don't do business that way. I realize that we need contracts now, but I remember a time when a man's word was just as good as a contract, and when a handshake in a lot of cases was better than a contract. And I told him to his face, and he's going to see this video, I'm going to email it to him, that if I'm not going to do business with a company that I can't take their word or trust them. If I've got to have documentation or record phone calls for them to have integrity, then they don't have integrity. Their integrity is my recording device or my email that I have on them. And so I'm not sure. I'm hoping that this video motivates them to do the right thing. But let's be honest, with their track record of fraud and tricking their customers, I'm not that optimistic. So I'm doing the one thing I can do. I'm using my platform here to tell you guys what a dishonest, low-down company they appear to be. And in the back of my mind, I'm hoping that they'll do the right thing. And then I can make a follow-up video and tell you they did the right thing. So I'm not going to make this any longer. I'm going to wrap this up. And I'd be curious to see what you guys think. Like always, my email's below. Feel free to shoot me an email. Feel free to leave a comment below. Even if you think I got it wrong, leave a comment. And we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye. Okay, so today they contacted me. I got a lot of double talk. Well, he didn't realize that you were getting such a big discount with Roadrunner. He didn't realize you were a single truck operation. Baloney, baloney, baloney. He knew I was a single truck operation. He sent me one fuel card. He knew I was with Roadrunner. They have to have all your information. We discussed this at length, and when he went on maternity leave, he even told the guy that replaced him about it. The guy, first phone call with him, I said, hey, here's what we've got worked out. Yeah. He told me all about it. No problem. End of 30 days, make sure you contact me. We're going to put this together. Well, now we're getting a lot of double talk. And so I just, like I said, this is a company that has at least a 6 or 7 year history of ripping off its drivers and customers. And at this point, I can't recommend doing any kind of business with them. At some point, they may see this video and may have a change of heart. If they do have a change of heart, or if there's new news in this area, I'll be happy to share that with y'all in a future video. But I'm going to keep this short because this is already a long video. Let me say this, and this doesn't matter if you're Christian or not. You reap what you sow. Other religions call it karma, which I believe that comes from Buddhism. But either way, the seeds they've planted are going to harvest one day, and they're going to get over on me on this one, I'm sure, and they're probably going to get over on several drivers. But if they continue to rip off companies and look for shortcuts to success, at some point in time, it's going to catch up with them. I also want to say, I know there's a lot of YouTubers out here that badmouth big corporations. I don't have a problem with big corporations at all. I think most of them are just fine, but I do have a problem with Pilot Flying J and their deceptive business practices. And I'm sure there's lots I'm forgetting to tell you about, but feel free to leave me an email or a comment below, and I'll try to respond to as many as I can, answer as many questions as I can. I've noticed that most of you prefer to email me, and that's fine. My email's down in the description, and I'd be happy to discuss these things with you. But I'm going to wrap it up here. Y'all have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye.